Okay, we're on.
Woo! Welcome to another episode of Thrifty Business with J&A / Thrift Hauls / selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50. I'm your one host, Vegas J.
I'm Philly Nay.
I'm part of JPEG.
Yes, and we're JPEG. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Vegas. I hope you're having a great time here at eBay Open.
Yep.
Good looking crowd here today. This is awesome. So the three of us collectively host 3 YouTube shows. For those of you who have never seen us before, the main show started with Nadine and I. I used to be on TV at a TV show called Thrift Hunters, and that show was over, and I was in Philly doing an event, and Nadine was taking me to the airport, and I said, hey, I got 3 hours, let's go to a thrift store. And she goes, okay, where?
Where in this part of town?
And I said, there's one by the airport. She goes, oh, that's rough. I go, it's got a thrift store I like, let's go. And we pulled into a parking lot with chain link and barbed wire, and I have never been in a thrift store with that, so I was like, heck yeah.
We found some great stuff that day.
And what I realized was my new partner, which was my partner at the time, she was a girly girl and a mother, and I don't like kid stuff. And although my friends call me big girl, I'm not super girly.
I am.
And as I was flying home, because my show had just ended, I'm like, I got an idea for a show. I'm gonna do a nighttime thrifting-based talk show. So we're gonna have segments, and we're gonna have guests, and I get off the plane, and I had sketched everything out. Like I'd rented a movie, and I'm like, let's do this.
And I said no. No, absolutely not.
I craved the stage and the spotlight, and Nadine would rather be under the table
yes,
right here, just hiding from the spotlight. So
not too long after that, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I decided that I needed to speak out about that, and the show gave me a platform not only to talk about thrifting and to help people with all of my knowledge about thrifting and girly stuff and women's clothing and yarn and all the stuff that I do, but also it gave me a platform to talk about breast cancer and to get out there the facts about breast cancer, statistics, and to hopefully help other women so that they don't have to be in my shoes. So that was a great thing that came out of it. So I said yes.
Took a while though.
Yeah. So
if you go back and watch our first episode, she looks down the whole time.
It was very hard for me to come out of my
I'm
shell.
texting her, look up, please look up, because she's in Philadelphia, I'm in Vegas, so I'm just texting her. She wouldn't look at her phone. I'm like, oh man.
Yes, it was bad.
Plus she's much cuter and smells much better than my old partner. So. But we started doing that show, and Nadine's a graphic designer by trade, so I said, hey, let's do segments. So like a nighttime talk show, like the Tonight Show or the Late Show, we'll have segments with art and sound effects and graphics, and then we'll do our segments, and then we'll do, just like a nighttime talk show, we'll have a guest, and we'll do a half hour.
And it worked out, because I do all the art, and
So we started doing that, and then we moved over to thrift hauls, because most of us, who's a thrifter here in the crowd today? All right.
Yay!
So most of us thrift, and we're all, I'm still learning, Nay's learning, Mom's learning, we all learn, and Mom's still learning at 74.
Yep.
So we decided to do thrift hauls where once a week, Nay and I, whenever we thrifted, we would show on a separate show and talk about the brands, the items, what we paid, what they'll sell for.
Yep, and everything. It really helps other people to, to find different brands that go out of their comfort zone, to learn new information, about different things that they might not ordinarily buy. And everything is for sale. So,
there you go.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So then, cut to my mom. I was speaking at an event in Chicago, and I said, hey, to the event organizer, any time left in the schedule? Because I was already doing my segment. And they're like, yeah, we got 15 minutes, what you got? I go, my parents are kicking ass on eBay. They are retired in their 70s, and they're doing like $1,200 to $1,500 a month, and they don't do it full time. They watch my 2 nieces a couple days a week, and they're both socially very active.
And we travel.
And they travel.
Yep.
So we did this segment and just talking about being a senior thrifter and seller and making money on eBay. and then cut to, we're doing a show, and technology fails us sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And you could not hear me, you could see me, nothing was going right. So I left Nay in the show by herself. I called my mother, I said, can you hop into my show right now and take over?
And she did great. She was just so on cue,
I was a little nervous, needless to say, but
just winging it completely.
I just looked around the office and said, okay, what can I grab and bring in and help them out? And
you did so well.
Oh, thanks.
Now, how many 73-year-olds can just wing it on doing a YouTube show from cold? She was cold and just hit it. So after that, I'm like, hey, there's no one. Look, there's a lot of people who do YouTube shows.
Yeah.
You know, obviously us, Rockstar Flipper, Lindy, tons of them. But no one was talking to the senior population. So I said, hey, Ma, you want to do a show?
We need help. We need help.
And so our show is selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50. And we break down a subject each week, and we go a little bit slower.
Oh, I already got some new topics. After eBay Open, I've already picked up things that we need to talk about. I'm ready. I'm ready for some new topics, guys.
So we're good for the next month of our shows?
I think so.
So Thrifty Business with J and A is usually on Thursday nights, 9 p.m. East Coast, 6 p.m. West Coast.
Yes.
We're usually on Sunday afternoons, just depending on if the Browns are playing or the Indians are playing.
And then we do our thrift hauls intermittently whenever our schedules allow. So
I'm a huge sports fan, so we have to work around my sports schedule on Sundays.
So although we have no graphics right now, no sound effects, we are going to do a couple segments because a couple amazing things have happened. I mean, there's many amazing things that happen in this event.
Right.
But one of our segments is called Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind.
very good.
Renee and I recount stories of weird, fascinating, odd characters in the thrift store or objects in the thrift store that chase us down.
Odd, yeah.
You know, that all started from, I go to a thrift store here in Vegas and I call it Crazy Town because there ain't nothing normal ever. Who's been to Crazy Town with me? And a crazy?
I think I've been there, yeah.
Poor Crazy Town had to close off their bathroom to the public because someone was bringing in dried cement every day for 2 weeks and dumping it down the toilet and the sink
my goodness.
and running the water. I'm like, man, you are going the extra distance to be a jerk.
Wow.
So, and I was behind two ladies ringing out once, and the bill was $10.15, and the lady who was buying said, here's my 10. She said to her friend, you got 15 cents? And her friend, without fumbling, even thinking, reaches into her bra and whips out 3 nickels. Now, I've seen cash in a bra, I've seen a cell phone, cigarette, not change.
I know.
But that is normal for Crazy Town. So that's kind of our thrifty encounter. So you didn't even know about this thrifty encounter today.
No, it's a
we got a
surprise,
good one.
apparently.
Oh, it's a good one.
So Trader Don is our friend right here in the front row.
Hey, Don.
And Don was thrifting about, what, 4 months ago? Do you know the story? Have you told him what happened yet? Okay.
Okay.
About 4 months ago, he finds an old eBay shirt in a thrift store, right? Flea market.
Flea market, okay.
And he posted in the thrifting board, my Facebook group, and he said, man, I can't find what this event is because it said the name of an event, 2008. And it was Robbie the Robot in different eBay colors. And so he said, I don't know, man. So we all talked about it in the group, and none of us could really find out much, but we're like, hey, just list it high, let it fly. That's my motto. Guess who bought it? We saw it today.
Who bought it?
Well, we are talking to Bob Cuppins, VP of everything.
Oh.
And I looked at his shirt and I go, hey, that shirt's worth about $90. And he goes, well, I bought this shirt for $90 on eBay. I go, I think you bought my friend's shirt.
Wow. That is a thrifty encounter.
How was that for the craziest
that
thrifty
is
encounter?
great.
I was telling Bob to sell it. And he's like, no, I just bought it.
Oh my goodness.
And then Bob said, and he charged me shipping.
That's
I mean,
funny.
who could have thought that that would happen here?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that
such
is
a
just,
community, though.
Oh, meant to
And Bob's
be.
wearing a sport coat, so I just happened to notice his shirt, you know, and I had given him something he was holding, so I could barely see his shirt, but.
Wow, that is a thrifty encounter.
That is
and
a
a half.
thrifty encounter.
Yeah, and a half, I think.
So again, since we have no graphics, we're just going to tell you a couple things. We do scores of the week on our show, and then Mom does her own scores of the week on our show over here. So we're going to tell you a couple scores that we've just done because a couple things you're going to be like, what? You sell those? So we'll start with you, Mom. And you know what object I want you to talk about because you sell a ton of them.
I sell water skis.
How much do you pay for these said water skis, usually?
From $1 to $10 a pair. No more.
Full size wood, I mean, not like,
Yeah.
you know, little kid, not
Yeah.
toys, wood water skis.
You know, and when the first pair I ever found, this was probably about 2 years ago, they were vintage because they were made out of wood, and so they were older, and they were just dusty as could be inside the garage. And I said to her, how much do you want for those? And she said, $2. So I said, oh, okay, we'll take them home and give it a whirl. Cleaned them up, and we started to do our research and said, whoa, we got to buy more of these because the vintage ones, the wooden vintage ones, will average anywhere from $100 to $150 to $200 a pair. And so I have been finding them left and right, at, like I say, no more than $10 a pair, and I have sold every pair I've listed. So if you're now, I know you can say, okay, how in the hell do you ship that? Oh, excuse me.
Mom!
Oh my goodness.
What the hell, Mom? Here's how she ships it. Padded flat red envelope.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
A lot of them.
Just a piece of, no, it was a little bit of trial and error, but all of a sudden we realized we do ship them FedEx Smart Post, sometimes USPS, but all you need to do, if your post office will accept them, we use shrink wrap. We put the water skis back to back and just start wrapping it, put the label on, and away it goes. It's really not hard. So look for them out there because they're there and a lot of good money to be made on water skis. Yeah.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah.
So one of the ones I was going to show you if we would have had graphics was to demonstrate you should always, always, always ship internationally because you never know
Absolutely.
where things are going to go and what people want. So some of you who know me know I've lost a lot of weight recently. I'm down 40 pounds since February. Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Now, I didn't tell you that just for cheap applause, but it was nice. Thank you very much. But I had thrifted at my favorite new store, Buffalo Exchange.
We have an inside joke about that.
She wanted me to go to Buffalo Exchange, and I'm like, there's no way you can find good products.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Buffalo
So
Exchange is a secondhand clothing store that's already been curated. So usually the deals aren't there, and she kept wanting me to go.
And you still haven't been to the Philly Buffalo
I know,
Exchange.
but then I started going, and I was in LA, and I found a pair of Ralph Lauren polo shorts, camo, because that's all I wear usually.
Told you.
Had a big old American flag on the pocket. Well, they became my favorite shorts. I'm patriotic and I love camo. Well, I lost 40 pounds. They don't fit no more. So I listed them, and the USA patriotic shorts are on their way to England. So.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Now, the other thing going to England at the same time is you can turn trash into cash. I drink a lot of rum. Who doesn't know that? So one of the rums I like is called Kraken, and once a year they come out, instead of a glass bottle, they come out with a ceramic bottle. It's a limited edition ceramic bottle. The bottle with the rum is $30. So you enjoy the yummy Kraken rum for $30, and then you sell the empty bottle for $65.
Nice.
And guess what? That went to England too. Because typically when the United States gets collectible bottles in certain liquors, they're nowhere else. So I sell a lot of empty bottles of rum to England and to Australia. So if you're not shipping internationally, your trash is going into the actual trash, you're losing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. And then you had some fun scores.
Yeah, so I sell a lot of purses and girly stuff and women's clothing. I sold a vintage, it's called Sharif is the brand, it's 80s. It looks very 80s. Just a cosmetic pouch, and I sold it for $25 plus shipping. I sell a lot of yarn. I sold some vintage 80s yarn. It was very little amount, just they were partial skeins, and I sold those for $15, and I paid like 50 cents for them.
She kills it in
yarn.
Yarn.
Oh, I love the yarn, yeah.
Yep.
And what else did I sell?
Well, let's switch segments here real quick because that made me think of a thrifty tip. So one of our other segments is thrifty tips. And in this modern technology, and Mom and I do it quite often, and I've done it with Nate too, is you can thrift from the comfort of your bed, your couch, your desk.
Yeah.
If your friend, your mom, your co-host is at a thrift store, antique market, flea market, whatever. FaceTime.
That is so true.
I was at a garage sale that had 400 skeins of yarn.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about yarn, so I just FaceTimed and it was all laying on the floor, and I just walked across it, and I had my headset in my ear, and she's going, grab the yellow, pass the red, grab the yellow, pass. She's telling me the yarn to grab, and that was like the easiest.
Yeah.
So if you ever get to a garage sale where it's all tiki mugs, just FaceTime me. I'll tell you in a second.
What to buy, what not to buy. Yep.
When I moved from Cleveland to LA before FaceTime, so this was 2000, Mom would go garage sailing on Saturday mornings, and Mom hadn't yet figured out there's a 3-hour time difference between Cleveland and LA. So I'd get these calls at 5 a.m. my time, sound asleep. Hey, I'm at a garage sale, and you couldn't send pictures really back then.
No.
So she's describing these things, and I'm like, okay, it sounds pretty good. How much is it? 50 cents. You just woke me up for a 50-cent question. Here, Mom. I'm going to PayPal you $50 until you run out of that. Don't call me at 5 a.m., please. But
I'm past that now.
Yeah.
Oh, way past
My
that.
mother-in-law goes the other way. She doesn't get at the other end of the day.
Yeah.
I didn't want to call you. It was so late here. What time was it there? 11 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock to us, Mom. We ain't late.
That's not me. No, I didn't do
But
that.
you do FaceTime with me too, so that's a great tool.
Yeah, quite a bit,
If you've
actually.
got a friend who's got a good niche.
Absolutely.
Or niche.
I say niche.
See? My two girls here.
Yeah, sorry.
If you can FaceTime them, do it. It's an easy tip. It'll be much quicker than you looking at 400 things a yard and going, oh crap.
Yeah.
And if all else fails, we have the
water
thrifting
skis on
board
Yep.
too. So.
Yeah, so how many people here in the audience are from the thrifting board? How many aren't? All right, that's cool.
Okay.
You got to join us.
All right.
Come join us.
So Thrifting Board, less than 2 years old. We have 31,000 members, and about 28,000 are sitting in the audience right now. But that's a good point, because if you find something you know nothing about, with 31,000 plus experts in some field, as soon as you pop a picture in there, so if you're at a garage sale and you don't know, and there's no brand and you can't figure it out, pop a picture in 5 minutes, you'll have the entire history of the company, the item. This was built in 1962. The company went out of business in 1984. This was the higher level brand, so everyone knows. So
and sometimes quicker. I mean, I've seen answers come in less than a minute.
It is crazy.
Yes,
It's
sometimes
a great
quicker.
resource.
But the tip to that, though, is put it in your cart or put your hand on it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
If you ain't touching it, it ain't yours.
Yeah, that is.
I've learned the hard way on that. Yeah, you gotta hold it or put it in the cart. Don't get rid of it until you know. Yes.
Yes. So let me tell you another story of a thrifting encounter, because what we were just talking about made me think of that. So I was at a garage sale, and one of my favorite artists, he's a tiki artist, his name is Shag. If you don't know Shag, look up his work, it's pretty fun. In a garage sale here in Vegas was a Shag print, and my wife and I, our master bedroom it's a Shag art gallery. We have about 25 pictures hanging up. And so I saw this print, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna go get it. Starts at 8, no early birds, and so we were there at 7:50, and the people throwing it, we kind of knew, friends of friends. At 8 o'clock, the husband takes the tarp off their carport, we start to walk, and a guy zooms past me and goes right to it. And he's looking at the print, and he goes, how much? And I heard the girl say, $200. Well, I've already done my research, and it's currently selling for $1,500 to $2,000. And so he does this, well, jeez, I don't know.
Sucker.
He was trying to get a deal. So in the meantime, I'd pulled out $200 out of my pocket already, and I walked up and I said, how much did you say? And she goes, 200, and I went like this. I gave her the 200, I picked it up, and I walked away. And he goes, what just happened? Ain't touching it, it ain't yours.
Oh my
But
goodness.
here's where, he was, as I'm walking away holding the back of it, I noticed that the artist, Shag, doodled on the back of it when they bought it. So he drew, so not only is it worth, now, it's probably worth $2,000.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so if you're not touching it,
It's not
they're
yours.
not yours. So before you post in the thrifting board, put in your cart first.
So
Absolutely.
do you want to show our little haul?
Yeah, so we brought 2 objects. We do our thrift haul show, and we do a little mini haul show. So I actually have mine's going to be a present for someone in the audience.
I didn't pack any water skis.
Hang on, they're under the desk. But we taught a class, the 3 of us, Rob and some people in the audience, we taught a class for 50 thrifters on Monday.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was great. It was so much fun.
It's called the Thrift Class on Steroids. We had 50 participants and we had 11 instructors. So it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
And they found a lot of goodies. I mean,
they really did.
everybody found something.
Carts full of stuff.
Yep.
But Nadine is a huge fan of giraffes.
Yes, I don't know why. Since I was a little girl, I always have been. So I found in the bins there the best pair of giraffe boots ever. They are, now unfortunately, they are not my size, but they're 7.5. But I will be selling them, so I will. But it's going to be hard to part with them.
Do I have an offer? Do we have an offer?
These will be for sale on eBay.
Yeah, they will be for sale. So, but I've never
7.5.
found. I found the most awesome pair of boots ever. So.
That's pretty epic. That'd be like me finding tiki boots.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so I found something, and I just sold something.
Ah, cha-ching!
Look at that.
Okay, so the world works in mysterious circles. I just sold a Las Vegas Elvis shirt. My mom's favorite artist. We're in Las Vegas. Get out of here. And where did I sell it?
Karma.
In Las Vegas.
No, where did I sell it? What platform?
Oh, on eBay.
Amazon. No, just kidding, eBay. Just kidding. Just kidding. Psych. Just kidding. All right, so here's my little thrifty haul, and it's a tip for all of you. Making sure, yeah. Do you all know what Tervis tumblers are?
Yes.
Debbie, you don't seem like you know it. Okay. So it's a double-walled cup. It keeps your beverage colder longer. And what they do is, before they double-wall, they put something cool, as you can see through here, in here. And then they have licenses to NCAA.
And the cool thing is, the company is actually based in Sarasota, Florida, where my Florida family lives. So that's a pretty. I
didn't even know that side tip was coming.
My Florida family often send me them because they're so close to, and they get discounted muds from the factory. Yeah, so Sarasota, Florida.
So service tumblers are good to find, and then whatever's in here, if there's something cool, then you got all these bonus keywords. So I'm going to give my Thrifty find away to someone in the audience. So I'm going to have Katie come up here for a second.
Hey, Katie.
Talk right into that mic, Katie. Okay. So a couple things about Katie here. So we have a group called the Thrifting Board, as I said, 31,000 strong. Now, we call it the Thrifting Board because you're surfing the web. So we're all on the board together, and we're surfing the seas of e-commerce. And sometimes you need a little bit of help. So we do not have admins in my group. We have lifeguards.
Yes,
so
I'm a lifeguard.
Nadine's a lifeguard. Katie's a lifeguard. So if you are struggling in the seas of e-commerce, you reach your hand out and say, lifeguard, I need some help. So because of that, now Katie's one of my newest lifeguards, and they're all spectacular. But man, she became a lifeguard and a helper because she was already doing it. She didn't have the job, even though it was amazing. Yeah. She didn't have the job, but she was doing it already. So I had thrifted this, and I was going to give it to my best new lifeguard. So it is a lifeguard service tumbler. Now, but Katie's also something very special. Please tell the audience why you're special.
Well, I'm a finalist for the Shine Awards.
You're a finalist for the Shine Awards, which in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Katie.
And a lot of people have been asking what time they're going to announce it. So the general session, which is at 3:30, at 4:35 in the general session, they'll be doing the announcements for the awards.
And it'll be live on Facebook through the eBay pages. So tell your friends and family back home to tune in and watch Katie win. Now I don't have an inside track, but I know. I feel it in my bones. I feel it deep in my bones.
And thank you everyone for supporting me.
Yes, thank you everyone. And thank you for saying yes to helping out all these wonderful people.
Katie is amazing. We love her. Yes.
She is awesome. Thank you, Katie. Enjoy your present. But I didn't wash it. I did not clean it. So make sure you clean that, Katie. So, Mom, what's been the best thing? How am I going to phrase this? What do you like about doing our show?
Well, I'm still learning. I mean, at 74, those of us that are not that familiar with the computers or the method to how to file a claim with the post office, well, I still have trouble with that one, and I keep on trying to get it. I know we need the block of wood, but I think, in my viewpoint, it's been rewarding for me on the help that apparently I'm giving all of you. You know, because I've met so many wonderful people here this time that said, oh, Peg, you've helped me do this, or I really love your show because I can really relate. And so I think just the reward of meeting and helping all of you has been the best part of the show.
And in case you don't know my mom's story a little bit, the one thing I want to impress, especially if you're watching for the first time, is 74, Dad 74 too, country bumpkins.
Oh yeah.
Mom's mode of transportation when she was a teenager was a horse that she would ride to town and put on the hitching post.
Yep.
We did not grow up in the 1800s.
No.
And our town was so country and small. My biology teacher was her biology teacher, and she didn't have me until she was 29.
Right.
So he was about 78 when I had him. He would fall asleep in class every day.
That's what you think. You could be 8 years older right now.
I know. I feel really old.
If I knew what I was doing.
But country. So I set everyone else that we're teaching and helping to this standard. Not that they're country rubes, but you know, she used to ride a horse as her transportation. So that's not like, you know, an inner city dweller. That is a country person. But 74, killing it on eBay, inspiring people. And the first time she ran into somebody at a flea market that said, oh, I know you from the show.
Is Julie here?
I don't think
she's here. No,
another
Julie. Yeah, I was at a flea mart out in Amish country. So if you can relate, so we're going through this.
Oh yes, we live with the Amish, by the way. Just to add to that point. You know, Swiss cheese and
I'm walking around and we're shopping and looking for goodies, and all of a sudden this girl comes up to me and she says, "Are you Peggy Smith?" And I said, "Yes, I am." She says, "Oh, I'm your biggest fan." She says, "I see you on YouTube." And that was my first Thrifty encounter with a fan. I was so excited. I said, "Oh my gosh." And so, you know, we've gotten to know each other really well. She doesn't live very far away from me. She's about a 45-minute drive, and of course she's joined the Thrifting Board, and she's involved in everything that we do now. So that was really great to meet someone right off the bat like that. It's amazing what YouTube can do, huh, gang? Yeah, yeah.
And just a side note, I dated the Swiss Cheese Festival Queen.
Yes.
That was in high school.
He did.
So, I mean, besides obviously the breast cancer awareness stuff we do, and someone actually walked up to me at the event and said, my wife loves watching the show, and I don't think she was a thrifter, but just to watch your segment.
Wow,
So,
wow, that's amazing. That
you know,
really
we
is
do fun
inspiring.
and shenanigans, but we
Yeah.
also do,
I
and that part
love-
wasn't originally part of our show.
No,
because
no.
you got diagnosed,
And I
said,
really didn't
well,
want to talk about it at
no,
first.
but here's a
so-
platform. You need to, you know, because not everyone's going to do a YouTube show, but I recommend y'all have a story to tell. It is easy to push that button in the back and turn your YouTube
Yeah.
on or your
Yep.
Facebook Live or whatever
Right.
you want to do.
Yeah.
But besides that part, what else do you like about doing our
Oh,
show?
I just love getting involved with the community and you know, educating about all of the
Yeah.
stuff that I know about, and I learn more too. You know, I'm learning about CDs from you. I love and the show motivates me too. It keeps me motivated with my fight. You know, every day it's a fight. And the show keeps me motivated and focused. I love planning for it. I love doing it. I love helping all of you. I love it. So,
And we're always looking, oh, good job.
Yeah.
thank you.
We're always looking for guests, and we have guests for every walk of life.
Yeah.
Some that have nothing to do with thrifting, like we've had actual post office employees on to talk about what happens at their
Right.
end.
Yeah.
We'd have eBay employees on. We've cornered a few VPs who said they'll come on. So who in the audience has been a guest on the show?
Yep,
All right.
yep.
I see a bunch of hands there already.
And if any of you have an interesting story and would like to be a guest, you
or
can
have
always,
or have a specialty like
Yeah.
if you know yarn, you know, kind of that kind of thing.
message us, and you know, we'll talk about you being a guest.
Absolutely. Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy. So how many are here for the first time at eBay Open?
Oh
Wow.
my, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Do you love it? Yes. Good.
Okay, so let me tell you what's going to happen tonight. eBay is going to blow your minds. Look, I throw good parties. I throw damn good
Yes, you
parties.
do, yes.
eBay just, I feel like nothing. The party,
Yeah, it was-
like if you weren't going to go to the party tonight, go to the party.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
amazing. Last year it was just incredible.
Yeah,
The
and,
Fray
you know,
played
and it was the first year. So
yeah.
when you get there, it's called the Brooklyn Bowl. 24 bowling lanes on this floor,
Yeah.
and then 24 bowling lanes on this floor. Open bowling to start, food, booze, full concert by the Bare Naked Ladies. Last year they had caricature artists. You could take fun pictures with props.
Oh, I
eBay
know.
tattoos.
We did.
eBay tattoos, real ones. No, I'm just kidding. Oxygen bar, play poker against the pro. So
Right,
get there
right.
early, do all the things. It is so
Yeah.
much fun. eBay. You know, I'm standing there last year, and when I go to a concert, I enjoy the music. Then I start thinking, wow, they pay a lot of extra money to have all that confetti. Yeah, I start thinking about the behind the scenes. And last year I'm
Right,
watching this
right.
party info. I'm like,
Yeah.
boy, eBay spent a
Don't-
lot of money
Oh,
on
the
us.
food,
Don't
everything
forget
is just amazing.
your picture IDs tonight.
Yes, that
Yeah.
happened to me last
And
year.
don't
I
forget
walked
this.
back.
Yeah,
You will
yeah,
not get
yeah,
into this
Yeah, I had
party
to walk
without
back to
this.
my hotel last year because I
Picture
forgot
IDs. You got to have those. But try and take in all of the different booths that they have set up for you, because I missed some last year. I'm not missing any this year. You know, you get involved with so many things, but try and hit all the booths because it's really fun and just amazing what they have for you. And the food is good too. Yeah, that's right.
And thank you to all the eBay employees who have made this possible.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause for
Yes.
eBay. 'Cause this has been one hell of an event.
For sure.
I mean,
for sure.
there's so much packed into every day and every evening that you just can't get to it all.
Yeah.
I know.
You cannot get
Hard.
to it all. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of learning. Who's made a new friend this week already?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Anybody get married this week?
Oh, and if you plan on bowling and you don't have socks, don't worry. You'll be covered.
You better hope eBay still has socks after we just said that out loud.
Ah, she's not saying anything, but I assume there will be.
And then, of course, we'll finish up tomorrow with some more events, but make sure you definitely check that out. If you're not watching our shows or in our Facebook group, we do invite you to watch all our shows. Join our Facebook group. We do have a lot of fun. There is a lot of shenanigans. There is rum consumption. There is.
Yep, always
we also
learning.
do duds of the week because let our mistakes not be yours.
Yep.
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 I don't care how long you've been doing this game. We all still buy mistakes.
Oh
where
yeah.
We still do.
yeah.
We get home and go, what was I thinking buying a Jonas Brothers t-shirt in 2017? Their 15 minutes is long gone.
Oh yeah,
Right.
we have some duds that are just the bottom of the barrel duds.
Yep.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
we also do shipping tips of the week. Nadine typically does what to do.
What to do, yes.
And I buy a lot, so hopefully I bought some from some of you. Packages come all day long from all 3 carriers.
Yep.
And I usually do what not to do because I get those horrific things. And I talked about it, I did a collector's panel earlier. I have a customer who buys tiki mugs from me every month. He lives in England. And about the second purchase, we started to talk too. We became friends on Facebook. We're actually gonna tip a couple back in the 3 weeks when I go visit him in London. So modern day pen pals.
We also have a new segment called Thrift Outside Your Comfort Zone, and it challenges us to buy something and sell something that's completely out of our comfort zone. I did a Sony Walkman. I do not sell electronics usually, but I sold it for $50, and that
it
was just an AM
radio.
FM radio,
It was just a radio.
and it was new old stock. Yeah, so that was way outside my comfort zone.
Right.
So it really pushes us to, but we're hoping that it also inspires all of our viewers to move outside of their comfort zone as well.
I think Dad and I have gone way outside our comfort zone.
Yeah, in our show, we do 3 things. The first half hour is one segment, like how to
File a claim with the post office.
Yes, so we'll spend a half an hour breaking it down to make it super easy for you. And then we have one segment called Mama's Boy where I share some embarrassing photo of me as a teenager or a baby. Blue mohawks, flock of seagulls hair, all that. And then Mom shows her scores of the week and then does her haul of the week. And it's progressively gotten to be bigger stuff.
I know.
It used to be, okay, then I got this, and then I got this. And Mom's like, okay, I need to turn the camera this way because there's a giant dollhouse and 72 pair of water skis over here. So yeah, they got outside their comfort zone and buy the craziest, biggest stuff.
We just shipped one of those step 2 dollhouses, which was 47 inches tall.
Wow.
And about 36 inches wide. And my husband, Big Daddy, a lot of you know Big Daddy.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, he's sorry he can't be here, he's just not feeling well. And he's the shipping genius. He Frankenboxes more things than you can imagine, but we're not afraid to go way out of the comfort zone and buy the bigger items because we have made a lot of good money on the bigger items. So don't be afraid, it's really not that difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then my first really outside my comfort zone was bras. I become the man of buying and selling bras. Now, a friend told me one day, we were just in a thrift store, and I walked past the bra section. Yes, ladies, use bras. I sell a lot of used bras. See, I'm getting like, what?
They sell well.
And my friend said, look for the big sizes because you can walk into any Walmart, any Victoria's Secret, and get a 36C. You cannot walk in anywhere and get a 48 double K.
Right.
It exists, in case you don't know. And so I started buying bras. And then I was like, I'm making decent money because it's really easy to ship, especially if there's no underwire. You know, when I sell 50 G's with no underwire, I just don't even want to know what's going on. Like, how do you not have underwire? But here, fellas, I want you to get out and buy some bras and make some money, but let me give you the tip. This is the bad Thrifty encounter, and I'm the bad part of it. So in the thrift stores in Vegas, they're double rack, so you can shop on this side of the rack or this side of the rack. And then the bras are double rack this way, so it's one row, one row. So I usually just shop in the bra section. Well, this day, there was way too many ladies in the bra section, so I went around to the other side and reached through. But not the top one, the bottom one. So I'm low, squatting, and I grab a bra.
Not a comfortable moment
At the
there.
same time, a woman grabs a bra, and we look eyes through the
Awkward.
bra aisle, and I go, is this creepy? And she's like, very. So I stood up, and to no one but myself, out loud, I said, note to self, always shop on this side of the bra rack, not that side.
For
So
sure.
I've got you selling linens and me
I'm
selling
linens now.
selling CDs and DVDs like there's no tomorrow. So
Yep.
we've kind of shared our out of our
Absolutely.
comfort zones. Yeah. So.
And I've been buying water skis. I haven't listed any yet, but I've got them. I've got like 3 pair because of watching Mom be successful with
Oh, you
that.
get them up there. And I saw your vintage aluminum chairs. Get those up there. I saw those too.
You can walk all over my house and see the
Yeah.
death piles that are full of cool stuff worth money. But little Sophia can only list so many things in a day, and I'm busy traveling the country teaching classes. So,
How many of you work with either a helper or a partner in your, yeah, because my husband and
that's
I
it.
do
That's
it
like
together.
4 hands. That's it.
That's it? Wow.
Okay, get an assistant. That's how you go
Yeah,
to the
get
next
some help.
level. Even if it's
Yeah.
one day a week to take pictures.
Yeah, my husband and I do it together. He's the shipper and the photographer, and I do everything else. So it's a nice combination. It helps.
I just
It helps.
hired an assistant for my assistant. So now we're going to have a photographer come in once a week, and then she can list even more. But that's when you know you've gone to the next level. When you hire someone and you keep them kind of around full time, and then you hire someone for them that, you know, I wouldn't be doing it if we weren't stepping up the game. I travel the country twice a month, and my numbers stay pretty good. I mean, they're higher than when I was doing it by myself without traveling. Yeah. So if I can have her doing it, and then we can increase more, and I can travel and see all you guys wherever you live, because I'll come do your meetups. Australia, that's next. Europe this year, Australia next year.
Absolutely.
So let's wrap this up, because I know we're about out of our time, and we got some more people to see and things to do. And we want to thank the eBay team for having this platform for us to broadcast from.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Audrey, and the whole team.
Thank you.
Your team.
We love you so much.
We want to thank the audience for coming down and seeing us.
We love our viewers. We love our viewers.
I think I heard this was the biggest audience for one of these this whole event. So
we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We love all you guys. So thank you very much for coming in. Thank you for tuning in out in YouTube land. Sorry the first link wasn't right, but I hope you did find the correct link. And we'll be back next Thursday with a regular, and we got all kinds of fun graphics and everything. So Thrifty Business with J&A next Thursday, 9 p.m. on the East, 6 p.m. on the West. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.